Hey guys, welcome to the first question and answer video, and you guys are amazing as I got more than 1000 questions on YouTube as well as on Instagram. So without any further ado, let's get started. Tell me about yourself. So I have answered this question multiple times in my 100 plus interviews, but let me repeat this for you. So hi, I'm Harnoor, an experienced software developer from Georgia State University, and I have around 1.5 years of experience as a systems engineering intern and also as a software engineering intern in 2 firms. And I'm very passionate about Android development and I love attending hackathons. So what would you do if you get a chance to go back to your 8th standard? Well, I completed my 8th standard in CBSE board, and that was the time I pretty much used to finish all my homework in class and I used to relax the entire day. I used to watch Shin Chan on Hungama TV, that's like in India on TV. So I used to do that all the day, and I also used to play some cards with my grandma. So that's all I used to do, and I used to play cricket with my friends. So this will remind me of those old days, and I would definitely like to go back to that time. Which Bollywood movie you can relate your life to? Well, that's a really interesting question, and I can relate my life to a Bollywood movie named Krish starring Hrithik Roshan, and that's because that movie also had a sweet grandmother like mine, and I have also been raised by my grandmother, so that was pretty relatable. And I do not have superpowers like Krish, but I try myself best to get those superpowers and stay fit. And except the ending, I can pretty much relate my entire life to that movie. So what's your bicep size as you work out every day? So yes, I do work out every day, but my biceps aren't that big because I aim for definition. So those are around like 14 inches big. So that's pretty good, and I'm definitely aiming for 16 inches. How much did you score in board exams in grade 12 and 10? So in my CBSE board, I got 9.2 CGPA in grade 10 and around 93% in grade 12, excluding English, and including English, I got 89.2% in grade 12. Which phone do I currently use? So I currently use iPhone XR, with the help of which I'm recording this video, and along with that I always carry my second phone, which is OnePlus 5, because I'm an Android developer, so I definitely need an Android phone, and there are some features in which iPhone isn't good at, so that's why I really need an Android phone in my pocket at all times, and I will be discussing about that in my upcoming videos. Why don't you show your parents in your videos? Well, my parents are always in my heart, and my grandmother, my uncle, aunt are always there to support me. Do you miss your grandma in the US, or do you feel homesick? No, not at all, because I have a burning desire to achieve a lot of goals in life. So I'm very focused on that, so I don't even get time to miss my parents or to be homesick. What is the hardest struggle that you have faced in the US? Well, that was the time when I was moving to a new apartment from on-campus housing to off-campus housing. So I was pretty much carrying my monitor, 3 suitcases, 25 kilogram each, and that was very difficult for me to take it all the way to my apartment and go to 6th floor. And I did not have that many friends at that time, so it was pretty difficult. So I was carrying 2 at a time and then dragging the third one slowly and gradually. So it was a little bit of struggle, but other than that, it wasn't a big deal, or I have never faced any struggle in the US. How was your day, and what are the future goals you have for today? Well, it was a pretty fun day. I woke up at 6:30, reached for my research meeting at Georgia Tech at 8 a.m. and I was a little bit late, so I was running all the way there, and then I came back, started with my tutoring job, and after my tutoring job got over at 12, so I've started to record this video. And my goals for today are to pretty much edit this video, and I have to finish my world history essay. I have 2 quizzes for world history that I have to do online, and also I have some research work because I have my next research meeting on Thursday 8 a.m. So those are pretty much the goals for today. Were you nervous when you first time stayed away from home? Well, yes, I was nervous because I was scared whether I can trust new people in a new country, because we did not have ability to lock our stuff in the on-campus apartment. But later on I got to know that people are pretty much open here and we don't need to lock our stuff because people trust each other. So I also became open like them, so I don't feel scared at all now. How are you always full of energy, and how many hours do you sleep? Well, I sleep for around 6 to 8 hours every day, and during the days of final exams, midterms, or on the days when I have too many projects due, then I sleep for around 4 hours because I get a lot of workload during those days. And I am always full of energy because I make all of my goals in advance. So before I go to bed, I tick mark the goals that I have completed and make goals for the next day to be completed, and I have made time slots for all of those goals, and I pretty much keep all my electronics or keep my phone on flight mode during the times when I need to concentrate. What are some interesting projects that you worked on? So I have worked on wide variety of projects. Those include Android apps, like the apps that involve concepts of AR, augmented reality, or the apps that involve image recognition and so on, and also some voice recognition based apps for Alexa, Google Home, etc. So it was a lot of fun to make those apps. Have you ever been bullied or faced any racism in America? No, definitely not. How many hours do you study and work in a day? Well, there's no fixed schedule, and my goal is always to memorize everything that was taught in the class itself so that I do not have to study. So I basically do not study much, and I study only before homeworks and before exams. Moving on, what was the best and worst that you had to go through at the university? So the best time I would say would be in my computer organization class. So in that class, I got 100 in the midterm exam. So the professor came to me, gave me a high five, and announced in the class that I was the first student in that class in the last 2 years to get 100, and that has never happened in any other class for that professor either. So that was the biggest achievement, and this was even bigger than other achievements or awards that I have won at competitions or hackathons, because respect is more valuable than money or award. And now talking about the worst time, then that would be last week when I got late to my research meeting by 30 minutes because I couldn't wake up at 7 a.m. because I slept for 4 hours that night. And I didn't get scolded for that, but it was a little bit embarrassing. So those were some good and bad times. How are you paying your tuition fee? Well, as you guys know, the tuition fee is quite a lot. So I'm definitely paying a significant amount of tuition on my own, and the rest is being paid by my grandma using some loans in India. Why is your room always messy? Well, I live in a mess and I don't have time to clean it, but as soon as I will find time, I will definitely clean it, but that will never happen. Who is your girlfriend? Well, I do have a girlfriend, and that's my passion, to achieve my goals every day and to follow my dreams. And this girlfriend pretty much stays with me all the time. So I love her. Why are you going for masters after undergrad? Is it necessary? Well, it is not important because undergrad gives you pretty much enough experience for software development, but if you want to go to machine learning, data science, then masters is definitely important. So that's the same reason I'm going for machine learning, data science. So that's why I really need to pursue a masters, and masters is definitely going to increase the chances of getting an H-1B visa as well. So that pretty much concludes the first question and answer video, and I'm sorry that I couldn't answer to all of your questions, and there's going to be another video out on a doubt clearing session. So that will include the question that you asked me related to undergrad and masters in the US. So stay tuned for that. So that's pretty much it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.